A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. Bringing you the news, I'm John Fernando. Right before we move on to the news in details, let's take a quick look at your headlines.
Another suspect of the Avantgarde floating armory case arrested by CID. Railways employees continue strike action. Transport Ministry requests President to declare the railway service as an essential service. A special meeting of the SLFP to take place today. First of the three-match one-day international series between Sri Lanka and Pakistan to commence today.
Now in your lead story, the Criminal Investigations Department today arrested another suspect connected to Avantgarde floating armory case when he returned to the island from Singapore early this morning.
The suspect, retired Commodore Viswajit Nandan Diyabalanage, is a resident from Rajagiriya and had served as the head of Commercial Vessels Protection Department of Avantgarde. The Galle Magistrates Court had issued a travel ban on the suspect and he will be produced at the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court. 8 people were arrested over the Avantgarde floating armory case and 4 of them are currently in remand custody. This case was filed for the possession of 816 unlicensed weapons and more than 200,000 bullets aboard the Avantgarde floating armory.
In more news from here at home, postal voting for the LPTA Pradeshi Sabha commenced today.
Deputy Elections Commissioner for the Galle District, K.U. Chandralal, speaking to Newsfirst, said all measures for postal voting are in place and tight security will be allocated for the process. 1,192 people qualified for postal voting for the LPTA Pradeshi Sabha election, and those who cannot make it today can do so on the 4th of October. The LPTA Pradeshi Sabha elections will take place on the 11th of October and 53,384 registered voters qualified to cast their ballot.
Now in your local news, the Ministry of Transport has requested the President to make railway service an essential service. Its Secretary L.P. Jayampati said the request was made considering the inconveniences faced by the general public.
A trade union action was launched by several trade unions, including engine drivers, citing salary anomalies. Employees of several trade unions, including station masters, drivers, controllers, regulators, have joined the strike. The Secretary of the Ministry of Transport noted he has provided guidance to the General Manager of the Railways to seek assistance from the retired officers. Meanwhile, Superintendent of Railways, Gamini Seneviratna, said despite the strike action, 12 office trains operated as usual. Accordingly, trains were operated from Mahava, Kurunagala, Kandy, Polgavela, Chilau, Avisavella, Galle and Gampaha. Accordingly, Gamini Seneviratna noted several trains are also scheduled to be operated during the afternoon. Meanwhile, due to the railway trade union action, office workers and many commuters experienced inconveniences. The chairman of the Railway Engine Drivers Association, Indika Dorangoda, said the trade union action will continue until the issue of salary anomalies is resolved. Meanwhile, due to the trade union action, the train bound from Putlam to Colombo at 4:30 am was cancelled. Our correspondent said there has been a decrease in number of passengers at the railway stations. Newsfirst cameras captured these footages where all the offices were closed at the railway station. The train bound from Kandy to Colombo operated at 5:10 am. Our correspondent said there has been a decrease in number of passengers. Several trains operated from the Gampaha railway station this morning. However, our correspondent noted these trains did not operate according to the schedule, resulting in many commuters not being able to onboard. Many office workers travelled in buses. Our correspondent noted all trains from Anuradhapura railway station were cancelled. The train travelling from Mahava to Kurunagala that usually arrives at 5:35 am arrived only at 7 am. The train scheduled to Colombo from Kurunagala at 6:20 am commenced its journey at 7:30 am. Our correspondent noted 2 office trains operated from the Galle railway station this morning. Another office train also operated from Mathura to Colombo this morning.
Now the strike action launched by teachers, principals, trade unions entered its second day today. Academic activities in schools were severely hampered due to the ongoing strike action.
The trade union launched a strike action citing several demands including solutions for salary anomalies. Academic activities of several government schools were hampered as a result. Our correspondent stated academic activities were completely halted in Royal College, Colombo and Thurston College in Colombo. Several schools including St. Anne's College in Kurunagala were closed today. Academic activities in Anuradhapura Central College, Nivantaka Chettiya Mahavidyalaya, Walisinghe Harishchandra Mahavidyalaya and Swarnapalli Girls School were also hampered. Meanwhile, the Department of Examination and Advanced Level paper marking will continue without any issue despite the strike action being carried out by teachers and principals. Commissioner General of Examination Sanat B. Pujita, speaking to Newsfirst, said several teachers taking part in the strike did not report for paper marking duties, adding, however, it has not posed a threat to the overall process. Phase 3 of advanced level paper marking continues until Sunday, while evaluation of the general paper will begin on Monday.
Now, taking a look at some news from the political arena, a meeting of the SLFP parliamentary group will be held tonight.
The discussion will be held at 8 p.m. and it will be chaired by President Maithripala Sirisena. General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Dayasiri Jayasekara, said the party will focus more on the future political affairs of the party and the presidential election at the discussion. Meanwhile, the meeting of the Central Committee of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party has decided to commence next Monday. The meeting will discuss several issues, including the formation of a new alliance with the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna.
The report of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry appointed to probe fraud and corruption at state institutions from 2015 to 2018 was handed over to the President.
The President's Media Division said the report was handed over by the 4 commissioners led by its chairman, retired Judge Upaliya Beratna. A commission spokesperson said the report contains information on 22 complaints investigated by the Presidential Commission.
The Jatika Jana Balavegaya Conference was held at Varakapola recently under the auspices of JVP Propaganda Secretary Tilvin Silva.
ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණ අපි අවුරුදු 20කට පස්සේ ජනාධිපතිවරන්ට අපේ අපේක්ෂකෙක් එක්ක අපි ඇවිල්ලා.
After 20 years, the JVP has come forward with our own presidential candidate. If you are wishing for a change in the system, if you believe the current system has to change, then we have a promising candidate to make this change. This time we have come forward not as Janata Vimukti Peramuna, but as the National People's Power, along with so many other parties. This National People's Power is formed with people who have equal rights and equal responsibility. This is not like Mahinda Rajapaksa's party or like the United National Party, where so many minor parties have joined them. We have formed an alliance where everyone will have equal responsibilities, opportunities and involvements, where everyone will protect the unity of the party. We have come forward for this election with this new example to the country. Now think, if our country needs a change, our country needs a major change. Why? Because the ongoing system is not good for anyone.
මේ රටේ මේ පවතින ක්‍රමය අපි කාටවත් හොඳ නැහැ.
Once again in your local news, Gammadda embarked on another public service initiative in Hambantota to provide a lasting solution to the human-elephant conflict.
A scientific study on the elephant threat posed on the public in Hambantota and several surrounding areas is to be carried out under this program. The Department of Wildlife, the Civil Security Department and the University of Peradeniya have collaborated with Gammadda on this program. The combined teams will spend the next 2 weeks combing the many hundreds of village areas and forest lands in and around Suryavawa together with experts with the intention of getting an in-depth understanding of the problem, then look for a potential solution. This is the latest rural development initiative in Gammadda, which operates across more than 14,000 Grama Seva divisions in Sri Lanka.
Finally, in your sports news, marking the return of international cricket to Karachi, the first of the 3-match one-day international series between Sri Lanka and Pakistan will commence today. Well, that's a wrap-up of Lunchtime News here on TV1. Take care and have a great day.